Our intro music is provided by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com.
You're listening to my friend Gary Anderson on Night Dreams Talk Radio, the best in paranormal radio.
Well, John, I wouldn't say the best, but, well, it's better than one of the worst. Hey, tonight, get ready for sticky fun. We have, well, a very famous, Gothic magician, great actor in horror movies, Ron Fitzgerald. He's back on, I think, for the third time tonight on Night Dreams, but he'll be right here, right after this.
Night Dreams, Scary Story Night on Friday nights. Call in at 9:30 p.m. Pacific at 1-253-203-6695.
Well, here we are tonight at the compound down at the harbor. Well, summer is gone, at least it is on this part of the country. And one of my friends who lives in North Carolina says, wow, the wind and the water. I don't know. I think the hurricanes are going to really intensified and get, well, maybe it's going to be like really bad this year. And every year I think after that it's going to keep getting worse. I think Earth changes has already started. Hey, Ron, how you doing here, my friend?
Gary, I am good. How are you?
Well, I'm alive, so that's better than, well, I don't know. I still have, after we talked last time, I still have this dream of being in a coffin set on fire. And that's not my idea of sticky fun, I'll tell you that.
Well, it's certainly dark fun, but not necessarily dark and sticky fun. Unless you're just watching it, You must have seen the rest of the movie.
Well, I've seen quite a bit of it, but you do so good. I mean, I watched your face expressions and all your expressions when you're in your movies. I mean, it's really convincing.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I mean, that's the challenge of it, is just being, there and in that character and in the moment and then my own stuff. I mean, it all comes from the work I'd done on stage, because I had done that so much longer in my Gothic Illusion show. And then, when I had the chance to take that into horror films, I that's exactly what I did. And it was good because I had some background in that, but when I had studied theater and acting and everything in college, it was all for the stage show. I never thought I'd be using it in the horror films that inspired the show and that I love so much. So thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoy that stuff so much. And I hope everybody goes out and checks them out, like Magus and Dark Realm and everything.
Oh yeah.
It's
well, why don't you? Why don't you tell? Sticky fun. Why don't you tell the people? I mean, let's get it out at the beginning and at the end. Where can they get it? Where can they order it? Where can they find your website?
Find me at FitzgeraldsRealm.com. Sign up on the email list at FitzgeraldsRealm.com. That's FitzgeraldsRealm.com. And you can also get your DVD copy that I would be happy to sign for you right there on FitzgeraldsRealm.com in the store. You can get Dark Realm. It's the only movie that's available on the website right now. And I believe you can find Magus on Amazon. You can still get that on there. I don't know that Magus is streaming anywhere right now, but you can get the Dark Realm DVD there. And also, I'm in a horror comic book, The Haunting Tales of Bachelor's Grove by Silver Phoenix Entertainment. And we're about to do issues 2 and 3 of that. There'll be a Kickstarter going up soon for the next 2 issues. But issue number 1 is out. It's done. And myself and Kadrosha Ona, Queen of the Paranormal, are the 2 people that are actually, real people that do what we do. And we are featured as ourselves in the comic book in the Haunting Tales of Bachelor's Grove. So you can get issue number 1 on the website in the store too at FitzgeraldRealm.com. So that's very exciting, and that's a fun project because, like I say, the next two books are about to drop very, very soon. So if you watch, you can also find me on social media, and follow there, and you'll be able to see, very soon, some more examples of some of the excellent new artwork and everything. We have our artist, and I forget, I don't know the name or if they could cleared me to say that yet, but we have a comic artist that used to work for Marvel Comics. So we've got some really great stuff happening in The Haunting Tales of Bachelor's Grove. So you should definitely check that out.
Oh, wow. So it sounds like you've been really busy since the last time we talked several months ago.
No rest for the wicked, my friend, as you well know.
Well,
your show's growing and growing, so it's very excellent, and thank you for having me back again.
Yeah, a lot of people. I had one guy, it started bugging me by emails, and he goes, you know what, you need to check out people better. I check out, a lot of my guests in the paranormal as good as I can. If they've done stuff and it's been on the news, I'll check with the newspaper, I'll check with, the network or the radio station and verify the guy is, at least telling something that's halfway true or whatever. But people don't realize I get up, I take my daughter to work at 5:00 in the morning. Okay.
Wow.
And so I actually get up at 4:00, get my wife off, take her to work, come home. My studio is out of my house. And then I spend, 3-4 hours, booking people, answering my fan mail.
Absolutely.
And then I take a 2-hour nap. And then by 1:00 till I go on the air, it's all about the show.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're dedicated. I mean, you're all over this thing, and yeah, I mean, it's not that hard to check people out now. I mean, you go do a Google search and follow any links that they send you, and then go on YouTube, and that's the next biggest search engine, and you dig through there and find their stuff on there, which I would imagine most of your guests have things on there. I know I do, and do your due diligence. So that's funny that you had somebody, saying that you needed to check people out better.
Well, they don't realize what's involved. No matter who you have as a guest, right? You're going to have somebody out there is going to be upset with you because you have John Doe as a guest that night. And, I learned a long time ago, I actually got into the paranormal before even Art Bell did. I got into it in 1976. He got into the paranormal around 1989. But, one thing, because Art was a friend of mine, doing a show in the paranormal, I look at it as I try to get information out there, but I look at it, it's entertainment. The same thing that you offer. And some people don't realize that. So they'll be upset when I have a guest on because they don't believe the guests, and they think, hey, it's entertainment. You take it as face value as entertainment. That's all.
Well, yes, absolutely. I mean, and that's the whole thing about what I'm doing. It's pretty, clearly entertainment because I'm doing, a stage show of illusions and things as a personality where I'm appearing in other forms and comic books and things like that. And then, I'm an actor as well. So I act in horror movies and things. So, I mean, so that's all verifiable and everything, but that's what everybody does need to remember is that, it's all about entertainment, and that, the whole concept of the paranormal and the show and everything, you want to have an open mind to all of that. So, in terms of being able to verify things.
Well, in the paranormal, it's so many different aspects, and you can take so many different views in it, so each person is going to have their own opinion, their own view, and that's what I try to offer with the guests, and it's up to the listener to make their decision. Other than that, they can go listen to rock music.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. I mean, it's all about having an open mind to it and enjoying the entertainment end of it, and then taking away whatever you're going to take away. And that all depends on who that is. I mean, everybody that comes to the show is the same as my show. They come with their own filter of what they have experienced before, whether it's in the way of, magic and illusion and stuff. And when they come and see my show, it's very different from a lot of the other things that are out there, as it should be. I made it, to that it's inspired by the kind of things that you like and feature on the show, and that's the kind of stuff that I like as well. But people have to come to that, with an open mind. They can't, everybody comes through their own filter of what they've experienced so far. But I think part of the fun is coming, to your show or mine, and that is experiencing something they haven't before. And for that, you really just have to have an open mind. You can believe it or not, but you have to have an open mind to, all of those topics of the paranormal and the occult and the supernatural, and even, into extraterrestrials and Bigfoot and UFOs and all of the great array of things that you cover on the show.
Oh, yeah. But, I was wondering if you want to trade places for a week because, you get all these beautiful women.
I knew you were going to go there.
Yeah,
I knew that's where you were going with that.
And all I have is my little studio, and, that's it. No, I got a picture of Marilyn Monroe and a few other pictures of, but that's all I have. I mean,
Well, you need to get busy booking some lovely, talented guests for in studio then, and then you could be like me. You take a lot of pictures with a lot of actresses, and I'm fortunate that my gig is structured where I get to work with a lot of beautiful, talented women in my show and what I do as well. And I've hosted burlesque and everything, and I worked with a lot of them in my show and in other people's shows and things. So it's a good gig, I guess is what I'm saying. You could have the same thing going on. Get yourself a lovely co-host or something like that, and then you need like a Elvira as a nice in-studio guest, something like that.
Yeah, but
she's freaking awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, but if I had her on the show, I would be going through the whole show. I'd be looking at her boobs. I couldn't stop.
Well, it's kind of hard not to, especially in that dress that she has constructed, especially to show off her assets. So, yeah, there is that. But you'd be just fine. You'd be just fine. At least you can say. I know you've had a lot of lovely ladies on the phone with you there that have called in to be guests and stuff.
Yeah, but I've seen some pictures of some of the ones that have called. No thank you. No, but anyway. But yeah, now as like I said, my studio, which my studio actually rivals a lot, if not better than a lot of radio stations have now. I mean, that's how much work I have put into this. But I got one thing. My wife is still living with me. So I can't bring a beautiful woman in here as a co-host. My wife would, hit me over the head with a rolling pin or a frying pan or a baseball bat or a machete. Probably the machete.
Well, she just puts a nanny cam in there to watch you while you're working. Keep you honest.
See, that would take all the enjoyment out of doing a show right there. Put a camera in there and spy on me.
That it might. You do some live streams. Then everybody can keep you on the up and up right there.
Yeah. Well, that might be some sticky fun, I'll tell you that.
Dark, sticky fun is the way to go. Absolutely. That's my whole branding right there. Is dark, sticky fun.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Well, another thing, when you talked about razor blades, in your mouth the last